Hanji, to Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So let us now start the class. In today's online lecture, I want to demonstrate some additional numerical examples. We are going through the field effect transistor chapter, and so far we have discussed the introduction of the FET, and we have learned that the FET is a voltage control device, whereas the BJT is a current control device. The FET has a channel through which current will flow, and there will be opposite, and on both sides there will be material of the opposite that will create an electric field, and this electric field will control the current flowing from drain to the source. We have discussed various characteristics of the FET, especially the JFET. We have discussed the various scenarios when gate source voltage will be zero, or when it will be larger than zero, or when it will be smaller than zero. The difference, we have also discussed the difference between JFET and BJT. The JFET differs from an ordinary BJT in the following ways. In a JFET, there is only one type of carrier, that is either holes or electrons. If we have a p-type channel JFET, then holes will be the carriers, and if we are dealing with an n-type channel JFET, then we will have electrons as the carriers. And for this reason, the JFET is also called the unipolar transistor. However, in an ordinary BJT, both electrons and holes play a role in conduction. Therefore, we call it a bipolar junction transistor. As the input circuit of a JFET is reverse biased, therefore it has high input impedance. In the JFET, the PN junction develops a controllable depletion width when only it is reverse biased. Therefore, we use the JFET or the MOSFET or the FET technology. We use the control terminal as a reverse biasing terminal. And since the PN junction of the JFET is reverse biased, therefore the input circuit has a very large input impedance. However, in the case of BJT, we always forward bias the base emitter, and therefore the input impedance is low impedance. So one other difference between JFET and BJT is that the input impedance in the JFET case, or in the FET case, or in the MOSFET case is very large, whereas the input impedance in the bipolar junction transistor case is very small. A primary functional difference between JFET and BJT is that no current enters the gate of the FET, because the gate is reverse biased and it has a very large input impedance, and thus the current will be very small. But in the BJT case, since the BJT is a current control device, and if we have base current, only then we can have collector current. Therefore, the BJT allows current to flow from base to emitter. However, a typical BJT base current might be a few microamperes. A BJT uses the current into its base to control a large current between collector and emitter. A BJT uses the current into its base to control a large current between collector and emitter, whereas a JFET or a FET or a MOSFET uses voltage on the gate terminal to control the current between drain and source. This voltage creates a electric field. This electric field will increase or decrease the depletion region, and hence we can control the current flowing from drain to source. In JFET, there is no junction, therefore noise level in FET is very small.
Or what is meant by this junction?
By the term junction, it means that there is no forward junction. Since there is no forward bias junction in the JFET, no current will flow. And this current can come from either the main source or from induced sources. If the junction current comes from induced sources, then it will be a noise level. However, in the JFET case, since the junction is reverse biased, or we have a depletion region whose width is controllable, therefore very minute amount of current, which is almost ignorable, it will exist. And noise level and the implication is that the noise level is very small for JFET case when compared with BJT. Advantages of JFET. A JFET is a voltage controlled constant current device in which variation in input voltage control and output voltage current. Some of the advantages of using JFET are: it has a very high input impedance. This permits high degree of isolation between input and output circuits. If our JFET is connected to an input which cannot supply large current, then the JFET will be very suitable because the JFET will place very small burden on the input circuit. Second advantage is the operation of a JFET depends upon the bulk material current carriers that do not cross the junctions. Therefore, the inherent noise of tubes and other transistors are not present in the JFET. So in order to understand this second advantage, let us look at the construction of the JFET. By the term no junction exists, it means that between drain and source, there is a simple channel which will either be N-type or P-type. And from drain and source, there are no junctions. We only see a junction between the gate and the channel. But between the drain and the source, there is no junction. Therefore, whatever is the drain current will be equal to the source current. So this is another advantage of using JFET, that between drain and source, there is no junction. However, if we can recall the construction of a BJT, between collector and emitter, there are two junctions. One between collector and base, and second between base and emitter. So advantage number 2 is the operation of JFET depends upon the bulk material current carriers that do not cross junction. The current coming from the drain to the source do not cross any type of junction. Therefore, the inherent noise of tubes and those of transistor are not present in JFET. So any complex operation observed by the current while flowing from the junction will not be present in the JFET case. A JFET has a negative temperature coefficient of resistance. This avoids the risk of thermal runaway. A JFET has a very high power gain. This eliminates the necessity of using driver stages. So driver stages are circuits that are used to turn on or that are used to turn off the JFET. However, this line is mostly concerned with power electronics. This driver circuit is a circuit that will switch on or it will switch off the JFET, and it is mostly used in power electronics. And the fifth advantage is that a JFET has a smaller size, longer life, and high efficiency.
Yes. Sir, by efficiency, what we mean over here?
By efficiency, one thing is very clear, that since there is no junction between drain and source, therefore the current therefore the current observed therefore the current will not face any junction while flowing from drain to source. There will be less voltage drop. The current will pass easily from drain to source. It is not like the BJT. In the BJT case, there are two junctions. One junction is between collector and the base. The current will find difficulty in flowing from while crossing the junction collector base, and secondly, the current will also find difficulty in flowing from junction base emitter. So comparing the BJT and the FET will show much more or improved efficiency. Right. This was the comparison of BJT and FET, and then we discussed the advantages. Then we have the drain current formula. This drain current formula shows that the drain current is a function of gate source voltage for FET case. That is ID, that is the drain current, is equal to IDSS bracket 1 minus VGS over VP bracket close whole square, where ID is the drain to source current, IDSS is the maximum allowable drain current, VGS is the applied gate source voltage, whereas VP is the pinch off voltage. Pinch off voltage is the voltage applied between gate to source that will eliminate or that will not allow any current to flow from drain to source. So the voltage at which current stops flowing from drain to source is called the pinch off voltage. Now the resistance of the channel between drain and source. The resistance of the channel between drain and source is labeled as RDS, and it is given by the formula RDS is equal to delta VDS over delta ID, where delta VDS is the change in drain source voltage divided by delta ID. ID is the drain change in drain current. So RDS is a slope. It is the ratio of VDS and current ID. And RDS is equal to 1 over GM, where GM is the transconductance gain.
Sir, is it transconductance or transconductance gain?
Transconductance gain. Transconductance gain. Table 6.2. Table 6.2 demonstrates the mathematical characteristics of JFET versus BJT. The drain current in JFET case is a function of voltage gate source, whereas the collector current in BJT case is a function of base current. In JFET, since there is no junction between drain and source, therefore the drain current is equal to the source current. And in JFET also, since the gate source is reverse biased, thus there is a very large impedance between gate and source, and the gate current is approximately 0. However, if we look at the BJT, the collector current is a function of base current And since there are two junctions between collector and emitter, therefore the collector current is approximately equal to the emitter current. And third is that the input voltage between base emitter is 0.7 volts, 0.7 volts if we are using a silicon based BJT. Then we discussed the MOSFET. We discussed the depletion type MOSFET. We discussed its properties. We discussed its construction. In the depletion type MOSFET, or generally in the MOSFET, there is a silicon oxide layer between gate and the substrate. This silicon oxide is an insulation, therefore the input current between gate and source is very minute or approximately equal to 0 amperes. And we saw the symbols for depletion type MOSFET and then the characteristic of depletion type MOSFET. After the construction, the symbol, we discussed the characteristics for various voltages of gate source voltage. First, in the first case, when we apply 0 volt between gate source, and then when we apply a negative voltage between gate source, and then when we apply a positive voltage between gate and source. Then came the second type of MOSFET, that is the enhancement type of MOSFET. In the enhancement type of MOSFET, the difference lies in the absence of a channel between drain and source. The enhancement type MOSFET does not carry any channel, any physical channel between drain and source, and this makes it an enhancement type MOSFET. In the depletion type MOSFET, there is always a channel that links the drain and the source, and this channel is normally of the same material as of the drain and source. So figure 6.24 shows an N-channel depletion type MOSFET, whereas figure 6.32 shows an enhancement type N-channel MOSFET. Then we discussed the operation and characteristics of enhancement type MOSFET for cases when VGS is equal to 0, and then for cases when VGS is smaller than 0 or when VGS is larger than 0.